Hello, my beautiful blossoms. It's me, Shigure Oshiro, and welcome back to Code Vein. It's actually been a while since we've actually sat through this game. So, yeah, we're basically back. I have not touched this game in a while. So, yeah, I don't really know. Okay. Which I do recall us having to deal with a boss. We'll do that. And I think what I'll do... So yeah, I start efficiency on a lot of things right now. Anything, really. I do need stamina boost. I don't really need anything else right now. That's fine. Alright, I'll use that because that'll come handy. Alright. I don't really see myself needing anything in my class. I'm checking my class, all the classes first for deciding on stuff I need. KTM Sword Mastery won't be bad, but I don't know. Now I do have the full playlist to this playthrough on YouTube, so for those of you who have missed anything, stuff is easily over there. Because this should not be the live stream where you get introduced to the game. You can easily get that. You need a lot of passives. I don't know if that's gonna be enough though. Alright, let's see about getting some upgrades. So we have Strength, Vitality, and Strength and Dex. So Willpower, add some more Vitality. Sword Mastery is fine. I don't really know what else to really do. Because I can't really do much of the level 7 weapon from before. I do have this white hand where need be. But I don't know. See what I can do for upgrades.
I've got new.
Okay. Let's see about
What do you want to upgrade?
Sword. Okay, so I can easily get that up to 8. Okay. That's as far as that goes.
Make sure you.
Okay. Now he needs to get things let's get into the ship. Let's hope I know how to play the game. Oh, I still got it. Really, I still got the skills. Like the reflex skills that I had last time. Alright, I think...
I'll keep you safe.
Ah! There. Yeah, I know you tend to be cheeky a lot. But, that's... you know how it is with me.
We can certainly use this.
Yeah, this game is basically anime Dark Souls when you think about it, so...
There's a lot of them.
Fortunately, you're not missing out from the complicated parts of the early game. Because otherwise we'd be here for a long time.
Watch for incoming fire. The city of sand stretches on forever. It's narrow, but there is a side path.
Yeah, I know. Some actual good shit. I mean, the best way possible. Well, it took me a good few years to beat my first X playthrough, though, because of me having so many skill issues and getting overly frustrated. So, yeah, this game is pretty crazy. Especially when you're not used to playing it. Or even if you're playing it for the first time. Okay, that was one of my buff buttons. I was not going to use a buff right now. And just without paying the price. Way too close. That one. There is a co-op for this game. But the thing is that whenever you die, you go back to single player. Okay, so I'm not used to dealing with slimes in the sand. In this area, this game tends to take the entire I hate sand quote and overkills it. Pretty much. That's basically how I would put it. Okay, I do not have any other any other regen items, so that's gonna be a bitch. Alright. Now we're going to play block all damage. Places block all physical damage, specifically. Because it'll make things easier. Yeah, I literally haven't seen anything involving that, so yeah, I'd probably have to see in gameplay or whatever. I haven't continued the Sonic 06 play. They originally wanted to continue, but I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. If I don't, oh well. It's not like it's going anywhere for now. Unless, of course, the channel gets deleted for whatever reason, but you never know.
Looks like an elevator that goes down.
Okay, I should have just started at the entrance of this place and then just took the damn elevator. That would save me a lot of time. Keep forgetting about the damn elevator in this area.
We have to choose one way or the other. There may be something up above.
I'm sure they'll understand when I get to the plane that has the joke or whatever, so you know, at least for now I can wait, because you know, I'm not gonna boot up the gameplay, like watchable gameplay series of a Sonic game while playing this.
I'll be there soon. So many people used to live here.
Because that'd definitely be off-putting for me. That'd be weird.
This is a powerful thought.
Unfortunately, I don't have a monitor. I'm using the TV, which is also on my dresser. It's off to the left of my consoles.
Did you find something?
My bed is in front of my dresser. So do with that what you will. I don't know if that's information you wanted to know, but that's probably specific enough for you. Okay, that's not what I was expecting, necessarily, but then again, I haven't played this game for a good while, so... yeah, their enemies literally explode themselves. And just take down with them. They try to. It's a bit of a weird thing. Yeah, and again, this case I'm heading up to the boss area. I just won't be able to use all my buffs, so I don't have enough eye core for it. Yeah, I can only do one buff right now. Well, this is going to be a nuisance. Okay, I hate the fact that I can't use my attacks when I can hit my enemy. Shit. Yeah, I can't. Okay.
Sorry to give up.
I'm not used to the tag fire this at all.
I knew this would happen.
Well, first try for today. To be fair, I was using one attack buff for the entire run. This game has like 3 endings as well. There's a good.
It's over.
There's a good ending, a neutral ending, and that.
This isn't the end.
Ending, so.
Come on. Let's go see her again. What do you say? It's not possible.
Okay, I don't think I got all the in-game memories for this character, but still. Yeah, especially when you're as lucky as I was.
When I first met Jack, I was just a possession owned by revenants. My throat was wounded. I couldn't even speak. But he took me in without a second thought. I always felt that I was in his debt. I have a naturally high compatibility, so if there's any way that my body could possibly be of use to him, then it is his, even if it costs me my humanity. You're finally awake, Jack. Are you still in pain?
I must have fallen asleep. I'm fine. Don't waste your voice on me. This isn't the time.
I'm afraid I can't obey that order. I enjoy singing for you too much. Don't blame yourself for this, Jack. You were always so kind to me. I have No regrets. Still, I wish I could sing for you one last time.
I've put you through far too much.
No, you haven't. When I first met you, I had absolutely nothing. You gave me the light of hope. And my voice. Please, don't be sad, Jack. From the moment I took on my role, I knew this would eventually be my fate. But I was still happy. Because I was with you.
Yeah. Me too.
Your mission is an important one. So go on, and burn bright, while the candle of life still burns.
Eva. Will you sing for me again? One last time?
Alright, I don't know if I'm going to be able to revive... Okay, I can restore the character's memory. Okay, good. That means we get an extra companion. That will be something.
The relics.
I honestly forgot the in-game memory things I needed.
Eva!
Eva. She's back to normal.
Amazing. Did she resist the relic's effect? Maybe it's because we were there to treat her immediately.
Thank you. You held the threads of my tattered heart together.
Eva. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Would you let me stay with you a while longer?
Do you even need to ask? We're going after Mito.
Wait. How do you even know where he is?
He's performed countless experiments on the relics, and now he's stolen the ones inside Eva. I think I know what his plan is. Reviving the Queen. In order to do that, he'll have to take Silva's relic as well.
So, Silva's a successor.
That's not the only problem. The Red Mist. The jail of the mists that covers the world and deepens Revenant's bloodthirst. The one who created it is none other than Silva.
What? Why would Silva do that?
Soldiers were needed to fight the Queen when she frenzied. Since humanity had already suffered significant losses, Revenants were created to swell the ranks. In the end, we succeeded in stopping the Queen. But there are a lot of humans living in the world outside. Without the Red Mist, both starving Revenants and the Lost would be able to roam freely. It was created to prevent further tragedy. Though, I have to admit, if every Revenant was like you, it wouldn't have been as much of a concern. We'll take the path to the fortress. With speed and a little luck, we might catch him. Oh, and don't forget. Those who carry a relic are always at risk of frenzy. Don't let your guard down, not even for a moment. sharp eyes, kid.
And of course we get the fighting style of the character, like the abilities of the blood. The blood code gives us the abilities we should, so yeah. I think I've been getting all the character memories so far, but I don't know. Okay, so we have someone all the way back at the entrance who wants to give us a side quest. But I'm not gonna deal with side quests right now, so that can wait.
Reviving your queen. Let's go to the fortress. Have you made your preparations?
Now, one of my favorite things about this game is that there is a lot of character customization. There's like hairstyles and shit. And I approve of it. And in this game there's also like one-hit KO builds that can be done as well. Crazily enough. And that kind of shit is on YouTube. I'm not going to do it myself. Because I don't want to do one-hit KOs on bosses and shit. This is not my thing.
What was the original purpose of this place? They do not intend to let us pass. Did you find something good?
And crazily enough, in this game, you can even play the piano.
That ladder looks
Although
like it
the
can be
controls
lowered.
further limited. So, yeah, there's in-game piano you can play, there's a lot of fun
This
shit.
town reminds me of the Cathedral of the Sacred Wood.
Although, when you don't know what you're doing a lot of the time, it can be a bit of nuisance. Like in my practice playthrough, I had this character with like a custom-made hairstyle too, so yeah, it was
Let us eliminate
actually
the enemy, and then
the awesome sauce if you ask me. Okay, this is gonna be risky. Going for lever when there's two big enemies. This is ridiculous. Oh, okay, good. Didn't miss much, but I'm not really sure how it will happen. But yeah, there's like lots of character customization in this game. There are one-hit KO builds, a lot of good shit. And like I was mentioning a little bit ago, before you finally caught up again, I made this character that has a custom hairstyle for
heading there
like my
now.
practice playthrough, which happened on an old account, and there is no content of that practice playthrough, but suffice it to say, the
Strike the gunners
character looked
first.
pretty crazy. The hairstyle alone. Like one of the DLC things was quite literally some sort of boss rush related area with like sets of enemies in between. Well, they be falling down floors as well. Yeah, I do have auto update on, but I manually pause them when I don't really need the shit. So, you know, if you're talking about like updates for the games, then yeah. Sometimes it doesn't function properly though. Despite the fact that it's supposed to. It's a bit of a personal problem. So, yeah. I don't have any updates going on because the current ones are paused. And all that. Oh, this enemy is backstab full. Okay. That's good. It doesn't have to be two. Hell yeah. Let's see if we can... Okay. And of course, EO takes my kill. Okay. I see how it is. Sometimes. That's... The chaos of Code Vein is...
What is that?
The world of crazy things.
Look at that.
They're oh so random. Well, the thing is that the game updates I have are for online-only games that still have the functionality for the PS4 platform, and those games tend to be pretty fucking big. I am not sitting there for who knows how long updating the games before our live stream. Unless, of course, I'm doing it like the night prior or even the day prior to doing a live stream. Then it's whatever.
This short nap does you some good. I'll be there soon.
Well, I guess that's an order. All right, are you ready, squad?
Alright, I picked up a Vestige Core, which means I unlocked a set of abilities. What are abilities available to me? Gotta love it. When it comes to this game. I love the amount of abilities in this game. Even if the DLC is a pain in the ass. I have not completed the DLC for this game. Because it's that difficult.
Let's move on.
Like, if I were to show, like, the DLC, it'd
I can certainly
be
use this.
out of this world. Well, the internet isn't really slow. It's just that it's iffy when it comes to doing, like, multiple things at once, especially when it has, like, when a console has, like, 2 updates paused, and the same console is being used for a live stream. So it can be a bit of a bitch. Normally, my internet's doable in a lot of cases, so... Like, if there were to be any problems, I would know. Like, right away. But... there's not really much I can do about it. And since I'm not using the capture card, I can't just pull up a be right back screen and then just tamper with testing the internet connection in the middle of said live stream. I can't do that. Because in order to do that, in this case, I would be ending this live stream in an instant. And I'm not doing that.
A map of the depths. Davis said he wants me. Heading there.
Okay, that was by default. But here's what it is. Alright. It was worth it though. Get back. The crazy thing is that for this game, I am literally using the in-game offline mode, which means I'm not able to do online multiplayer unless, of course, I switch to that. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Alright, I had to momentarily stop because apparently I ended up being told about the fact that I have mail from family members. It's an Earth Day birthday card that has some money in it, which I am going to save for later. I was not expecting the birthday card so soon, though. Then again, considering what it's right now, that probably can't be all that surprising. Consider unusual. If I'm recalling correctly, this game has a total of 30 levels, which is the level cap. So, yeah, this game is crazy. I have no idea why that'd be the only time you'd accept it. Like, the American format's not that bad. Again, I already brought up how superior the American format is. But we ended up with an agree to disagree sort of thing in that debate.
Such menace.
To each their own, but you know, I don't think going through that entire format debate again would be worth it, considering it'd probably just end with the same conclusion. That was slipping on words to say. So that was the entire loop around. It was my idea at that time. I didn't exhaust. Just looping my words a little bit. Getting exhausted. It's unintentional. Alright. Moving on. No. So yeah, there's lots to do in this game now. So, yeah. There's a lot. Shit, can't think about when it comes to this game. Anyway, I digress. The format thing is what it is for every single place, even if we do consider some to be less valid than others. To say the least. But look at that. I mean, that was a... I should have probably just killed first before doing it. But, oh well.
Good morning.
It's easy for me to get back to the
I do not
stuff.
intend to let us pass.
Yeah, the American format is stuff. The American format is at least easier to understand. Plus, the time format than the US is much easier to understand. You can disagree with that, but there's less flaws with the American setup than anywhere else, I'd say. Anything that puts things in reverse is just filled with fools.
I'll be there soon.
When it comes to like the date format. There are other ways to interpret the formatting for like date and time though. For whatever reason. It's like, why not just have the two? Call it good. Like have two each. Because we already have the 24 and the 12-hour formats for time, so why not just
Did you find
have
something
two
good?
different date formats? Because we don't need them putting things in reverse for the date. It's absurd. Well, anything with
You're surrounded.
them out of order, or like in that example there, is something I can agree with you on. The American format at least works. Because it's easy to understand. Yeah, although when we debated the time formats, I kind of brought up a point that you couldn't give me an answer to. Because I asked if the 24-hour format was so good, then how come streamers use the 12-hour format in their schedules, and you said that you don't know. So I essentially won that, due to that point.
This looks difficult. Let's break off for a bit.
Yeah, if you're not able to answer that, then I'm not really sure what else to tell you.
Let's continue then.
At least with the day formats, there are plenty of justifications, but the 24-hour format? Eh. Not really. Although I'm not going to go defending the date format that has the stuff in reverse, because that's just not going to happen.
I guess you're not Mito's underlings. I see. I barely managed to avoid losing myself there. That bastard Mito. Why would he attack members of the government like us? It's like he enjoyed hearing our screams, as one by one, we joined the ranks of the lost. Wait, I think I hear something.
Well, well, if you're considering how the beginning of the month works, like obviously when the previous month ends, we then change the month and then the day. And at the end of the year, we also change the year, so basically that's why that exists.
Play my part well?
So, yeah, think of it like that, and it actually makes plenty of sense.
Finished it.
Now we can climb up from below. Heading there now. You've got sharp senses.
I'm not really sure what to do with that topic. So, I'm probably not even bother trying to cover that one.
We can certainly use this.
Trying to justify anything involving the alphabet would be a pain in the ass, and I don't have know-how for that one. And even if I did, I'm not awake enough for that shit. At least when it comes to date and time formats, I can justify that easily, but letter setups like that, yeah, I don't know about that one. As much. Hell, there are people who even replace the letter F with the combination of T and H. These specific things. Or like, actually that sounds more like a Danganronpa time trial when you think about it. You know, those class trials in Danganronpa, that'd be one of those things.
I pray there's something valuable.
And even I can't justify that kind of shit. So I would probably get executed at that point. It were to be a class trial in Danganronpa, but it'd be hilarious though.
Lost nearby. Stay cautious.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to the goddamn alphabet and all that. But on the contrary, though, without those combinations, we wouldn't have the entire thing called phonetics. And yes, that's the next thing. If you know, you know. So, in a way, it allows creativity. But that's really the only defense I have for that.
I'll be there soon.
At least due to phonetics, we can come up with a lot of creative shit, so it just means more creativity at that point. So in terms of that debate, it's like, do you want less creativity when it comes to spellings, or do you want more? If you ask me, I think more would be better at that point. So, yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Careful you don't fall.
Now, there is actually one video game related thing that does annoy me, and that is the entire meta topic, because it's like, you have meta characters for Genshin Impact, the meta artifacts, meta character builds, all that, but things that video games are supposed to be fun, so what's the point of having meta in video games when fun is really the main thing that matters? That's a real question that needs answered. You can't convince me otherwise. Like, no one thinks about that. Yeah, and I get that, but it's just a weird thing to me. Like, meta character builds and shit is good and all when you want to do the most with your characters and all that, but, you know, if you want to have more fun, it'd be a bit more interesting to make yourself be the underdog in every single situation. Well, of course, you're speedrunning, then sure, do what you want. Or whatever you have to, really, but still. Not saying it's bad. It's just something that I question at times. Although at least it's more reasonable than making every single support character be as weak as a wet paper towel in terms of defense. Like, we need our tanky supports. In our video games and shit, but no, they probably think that'd be too overpowered or some shit. It's annoying. Like, the entire support having the lowest defense from is the case that Ryo Momose from Akiba's Beat has. And I don't like that. Especially since there's a point at the end, like literally at the end of the game, where you have to use her on her own against a whole group of enemies. And you have to kill that entire group of enemies with just her. It's annoying. Like, that took me a good while to get through. So, yeah, let that sink in for a moment. I suppose. Because believe me, it's not fun having to play as a support character when you have like a whole group of enemies and you don't have any teammates to help you. It's stupid. At least when it comes to like video games such as like Mass Effect or even Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, you can basically set things up however you want and beat the game however you want, regardless of what you have. Like, for the second Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game, people have beaten the entire game with just the plasma torch. And the plasma torch, which is a weapon in the second Knights of the Old Republic game, is literally one of the weakest weapons in the game. Which is an entirely different situation, but still. But yeah, support with low defense on their own is not a fun time. When we get to that point in Akiba's Beat, you'll see why it sucks ass. Because believe me, it's the worst thing. Like, without going into the spoiler details, Ryo Momose may not be my overall favorite character in Akiba's Beat, but she's not the one I hate the most either, so I care about